Chapter 1 Deep Blue System. Newbie Gift Pack. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yesterday, a roar erupted in the depths of the Pacific Ocean. It is suspected that a 9th-level Beast King broke through. Please pay attention to coastal cities to strengthen defense. A month ago, a leak in the protective network in Liang City, Sichuan province led to the invasion of beasts and the tragic death of tens of thousands of citizens. Under the investigation of Li Chang, the 8th-level powerhouse, the results have been obtained, and the press conference will start on time at 9 o'clock tonight. Lu Yang, an outstanding graduate of the Magic City University of Superpowers, broke through the 5th level yesterday and officially decided to join the Ashes Guild. After 4 years, an S-class awakened person with supernatural powers appears again in the beautiful country. The awakening type is the elemental wind system. This awakened person has been specially recruited in advance by the Houston University of Superpowers. Finished browsing the hot information, Xu Jingming put down his phone and rubbed his eyebrows vigorously, feeling his head hurt. Based on the extra memories in his mind and combined with the above information, he was able to confirm that he had indeed traveled through time. The world we traveled through was called Blue Star, and the development of civilization and technology was roughly similar to that of the previous life. But there are two more important things. One is a ferocious beast, and the other is a superpower. The former is an extremely terrifying bloodthirsty monster that is wreaking havoc on Blue Star. The latter is the source of strength used by humans to resist the invasion of vicious beasts. I just drank a little too much at the graduate party, and when I woke up, I was transported to another world. How can this be justified? And time travel means time travel. Can you give me a better start? Xu Jingming was speechless. According to the memory just obtained, the predecessor was also named Xu Jingming, a senior student at Jiangqing No. 2 High School. Except for his somewhat outstanding appearance, other aspects can be said to be extremely ordinary. Even the awakened power is only E-level, weak electricity. Ability. Xu Jingming groaned and raised his right hand, snapped his fingers, and there were tiny blue-white arcs jumping among his fingertips. If it were placed in the previous life, I don't know what kind of sensation this unique skill would have caused, but when it comes to Blue Star, it's not surprising, just because in this world, everyone can awaken their powers at the age of 16 and become an awakened person. There are all kinds of strange powers. Some can control wind and fire, some can transform into beasts, and some can heal injuries. There are also quality gaps between different abilities. According to the Blue Star rating, abilities are divided into 9 levels from SSS, SS, S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Most people can only awaken D-level and E-level abilities. Only a few people can awaken C-level and B-level abilities. Those who can awaken A-level abilities are considered the proud ones. As for higher S-level, SS-level and SSS-level abilities, they are even rarer, and it takes several years, or even decades to develop one. During the power awakening 2 years ago, there was no surprise at all. The predecessor only awakened the E-level power, weak electricity. His weak electricity is a thunder and lightning ability under the natural category among the 6 major categories of abilities. Thunder and lightning superpowers are considered a good one among many superpowers, but with just an E-level rating, the lethality of weak electricity is destined not to be too high. For example, the arc that was wrapped around his fingertips at the moment was about the same damage as an electric shock stick, or even worse. Did I come across time just to be a human-shaped electric shock baton? I also want to conquer all directions and become a strong person. After extinguishing the arc at his fingertips, Xu Jingming propped his chin on his right hand and looked forward with a sigh. This is in a bright classroom. It is the end of get out of class at this time. The students around are chatting and talking. There is a blackboard directly in front of them. In the lower right corner of the blackboard, there is a countdown to the college entrance examination with a countdown of 1 day. The country of Daxia, where he is located, holds the college entrance examination on June 7 every year to select students to enter the university for people with special abilities and carry out further training. Today is June 6, and the college entrance examination will be held tomorrow. To know, because of the existence of ferocious beasts, people with superpowers belong to a special class. While being respected by the people, They also have various privileges. Simply put, superpowers are people who are superior to others. Note that people who have awakened supernatural powers are still just awakened people and cannot control much power. Only after a period of practice can one transform from an awakened person into a person with superpowers, possessing the ability to fight powerful beasts head-on. There are 9 levels in total for those with special abilities, from level 1 to level 9. Each level is divided into lower, middle and upper levels, but even for the lowest first level, ordinary awakened people would not be able to advance even if they don't have 4 or 5 years to practice. But if you are admitted to a university for people with special abilities and have tutors to guide you, this process will be greatly shortened. This is why the college entrance examination is so important. But for him who has just awakened his E-level superpower, if he wants to be admitted to a university for superpowers, the probability is infinitely close to 0. Isn't it said that time travelers have benefits? Where is the system? Please help, Xu Jingming muttered secretly, and as soon as he finished speaking, an electronic prompt sounded in his mind. System activation successful, novice gift packs are being distributed. The novice gift pack has been distributed successfully. Do you want to receive it now? Listening to the reminder sound in his mind, Xu Jingming's eyes widened and his mouth opened wide. The system really exists. After the shock, a burst of ecstasy followed. As a time traveler, he naturally understands what the system means. This means that I have the opportunity to change my destiny and reach the top. Xu Jingming took a deep breath and calmed down. He did not choose to receive it immediately, but asked in his heart. What's in the novice gift pack? 200 power points, and S-level power, Purple Sky Divine Thunder. Purple Sky Divine Thunder, S-level power. Xu Jingming's eyes gleamed and his breathing became rapid. He doesn't know what the power point is yet, but he does know the S-level power. This is a rare quality ability that is rare to see in the entire Blue Star. Just like the article published in Hot News just now, the beautiful country, which is as powerful as the Great Xia country, only had an S-class awakened person appear again after 4 years. In the Great Xia kingdom, there has not been an S-level awakened person for 2 or 3 years. As for those who have awakened S-level abilities, as long as they don't die midway, they will eventually grow into giants. Guard one side. System, after receiving the novice gift pack, can I get S-level abilities? Just in case, Xu Jingming confirmed again. Yes. Xu Jingming's eyes lit up slightly after receiving a positive answer, S-level powers. The chance to change your destiny is here. Jingming, don't be in a daze, Lao Chen is here. His deskmate whispered. Only then did Xu Jingming come to his senses and found that class had started at some point. On the podium, stood a middle-aged man with a crew cut. He was the class teacher of Class 5, Chen Fan. When the course is over, you will receive the novice gift package as soon as you get home. Although he felt hot inside, Xu Jingming knew that it was not a good idea to receive the gift package in the classroom, so I suppressed my emotions and listened carefully to the lecture. Chapter 2's Level Power, Zixiao Divine Thunder. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 12 years of studying hard, just for today. The college entrance examination is around the corner. We still need you to stabilize your mentality. For liberal arts students, when you go back tonight, check to see if your stationery is complete and suitable for use. Those taking the martial arts test should also prepare their uniforms and weapons. The class teacher Chen Fan's voice echoed in the classroom, and Xu Jingming in his seat also recalled the information related to the college entrance examination in his mind. In Daxia, where he is located, universities are divided into 2 categories. One is a liberal arts university for learning cultural knowledge, and the other is a university for superpowers that cultivates extraordinary martial arts for humans. The corresponding college entrance examination is naturally divided into liberal arts college entrance examination and martial arts college entrance examination. Needless to say, for the liberal arts college entrance examination, just sit in the classroom and answer the questions. But in the martial arts college entrance examination, candidates have to wear battle clothes and hold weapons, enter a designated place and fight to the death with ferocious beasts. The final score is also evaluated based on the number and type of ferocious beasts killed. These two types of college entrance examinations are decided by students independently. If they are not confident in their own strength, or they have awakened garbage powers, you can choose the liberal arts college entrance examination and become an ordinary person. Although the predecessor only awakened E-level powers, he still chose to take the martial arts college entrance examination. Xu Jingming also fully agreed with this decision of his predecessor. After all, there is still a chance to take the martial arts college entrance examination. If you don't even dare to take the martial arts college entrance examination, then you can really just be an ordinary person. I would like to emphasize one last time, the martial arts college entrance examination carries the risk of death, and those whose awakened abilities are lower than D level, I do not recommend taking the martial arts college entrance examination. Before 9 o'clock tonight, you still have the opportunity to change your choice. If anyone wants to change their mind, you are welcome to come to me. Okay, that's it for today. Get out of class is over. Before leaving, the head teacher Chen Fan specifically emphasized this and at the same time glanced at Xu Jingming. This made the latter rub his nose involuntarily. Of course Xu Jingming knew what the head teacher meant. After all, the entire high school class 3/5 was among the awakened people who took the martial arts college entrance examination. He was the only one who had awakened only E-level abilities. According to previous year's martial arts college entrance examinations, most of those who died in the examination room were students who had only awakened powers below D level. I know Lao Ban is worried about me, but in a world like this, it's really not possible without force. In order to prevent the invasion of ferocious beasts, every city in Daxia has set up strict protection measures, such as high-voltage power grid, firearms army, team of superpowers, etc. But this method is not foolproof. Every once in a while, a city will be attacked by a tide of beasts, and countless citizens will be killed. Xu Jingming didn't want to face such a thing one day in the future without any ability to fight back. Xu Jingming's eyes narrowed and he began to pack his school bag. Jingming, are you really not ready to change your mind? In front of the seat, a boy with a pot head turned his head and asked. No. Xu Jingming shook his head. The jarhead boy is his best friend Zhang Hao, who has also awakened E-level powers. The two had the same problem, but after awakening his E-level powers 2 years ago, Zhang Hao simply devoted all his energy to cultural courses. The college entrance examination you need to take is also a liberal arts college entrance examination. You are awesome. Zhang Hao gave a thumbs up. In the entire 5th class, there are 6 or 7 E-level awakened people, and you are the only one who dares to take the martial arts college entrance examination. Why, you want to come and accompany me too? Xu Jingming raised his eyebrows. My brother is going to be admitted to the Cultural University and spend 4 years of leisurely life with the girls. The heroic task of protecting our country can only be left to a person with superpowers like you. Zhang Hao said with a playful smile. Get lost. Xu Jingming rolled his eyes, then ignored him and left the classroom with his school bag on his back. Xu Jingming's parents were both killed in a beast wave when he was still in his teens. Apart from leaving a house and a pension of more than 1 million yuan, there is nothing else. Therefore, Xu Jingming was alone when he returned home. Fortunately, he was an orphan before time travel and was already accustomed to such an atmosphere. What's more, Xu Jingming has more important things to do. Now. Newbie gift pack, here I come. Looking at the blue virtual box in his mind, Xu Jingming had no scruples and pressed the claim button. The novice gift pack has been distributed, and the 200 power points have been received. Boom. Along with a low sound, it seemed like endless power exploded in Xu Jingming's body. Then, countless blue-purple thunder arcs flashed and jumped on the surface of his body, flickering on and off. His whole body seemed to turn into a blue-purple lightning ball. Crackling. Accompanied by the ear-piercing arc screams, endless thunder arcs spread with Xu Jingming as the center. Devour the entire living room. Sofa, TV, coffee table, everything touched by the thunder arc exploded immediately. The thunder mixed with the flames directly broke the window into pieces and spurted out. Mom, the big brother's house across the street is on fire. Call the fire department. This direction is where the Xu family's children live, right? Such an obvious explosion naturally attracted the attention of community owners, and many people called the fire department. However, Xu Jingming in the room didn't know all this, he only felt that his body was warm and full of power. 50%, 0%, 70%. Transformation is still going on. It seems to be due to the transformation of supernatural powers. Outside, the originally clear sky at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon was covered with dark clouds, as if it had suddenly entered dark night. No raindrops fell, but there were dull thunders. You can even see streaks of purple thunder among the dark clouds, moving through them like dragons. Why did the sky suddenly turn dark? What a terrifying thunder! I seem to feel some kind of heavy pressure. Such a strange weather change has plunged the entire Jiangqing citizens into panic, worrying that a ferocious beast that can control thunder and lightning is about to invade. The legion stationed in Jiangqing also took action and entered a state of combat readiness. 80%, 0%, 95%, 98%, 99%. In the room, Xu Jingming's supernatural transformation has also reached the final step. Stab! At this time, the sky flashed, and then a purple thunder struck from the window and poured into Xu Jingming's body like a dragon. As if he had completed his mission, when the lightning struck down, the dark clouds outside faded away and the sky became clear again. In the room, Xu Jingming's superpower transformation also reached 100%. The blue-purple thunder surrounding his body was like a tide, all contained within his body. After a while, Xu Jingming, who was in the center of the living room, suddenly opened his eyes, and a purple lightning flashed through his eyes. The supernatural transformation was successful. At this moment, Xu Jingming felt that his whole body was full of strength, and he subconsciously raised his right hand. With a slight movement of thought, countless purple thunder arcs lingered out. Different from the previous blue and white thunder, this purple thunder contains simple and powerful energy, which makes people feel heart palpitating. This is the S-level power, Zixiao Divine Thunder. Xu Jingming's eyes shone slightly. He had a hunch that when this thunder hit the human body, it might not be as simple as an electric shock baton, but the whole person may be directly blown to pieces. Chapter 3 Deep Blue. Give me some. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But the news of receiving the Zixiao Divine Thunder is probably too loud. Xu Jingming, who calmed down his thunder, looked at the messy living room and couldn't help but scratch his head. The entire living room felt as if it had been bombarded by missiles, with pieces of broken items everywhere. There are still residual flames burning on some of the fragments. There are also many holes on the walls and ground that were bombarded by arcs. Fortunately, I realized something was wrong when I transformed just now and tried to control my strength. Otherwise, I'm afraid it wouldn't be just this living room that would suffer. Xu Jingming was a little scared. The purple sky divine thunder originates from Eastern mythology and is one of the 10 original thunderbolts in ancient times. It has the power to destroy immortals and gods. Although he is just an awakened person, he cannot manifest the full power of the Zixiao divine thunder, but if you let go of your power wantonly, you can easily blow through the entire floor. The entire building will collapse as a result. With Zixiao divine thunder here, even if the building collapses, nothing will happen to him, but other residents living in the building suffered. Fortunately, the power of thunder was restrained by him, so it did not lead to such a tragedy. It seems that I still underestimated the power of the Zixiao divine thunder. If I had known that the movement was so big, I should have gone directly to the suburbs to receive the novice gift pack. Although he said this, Xu Jingming was still very satisfied with it. After all, the stronger the power, the better it will be for his future development. By the way, 200 power points are also distributed in the novice gift pack. What are they used for? Xu Jingming just remembered another reward in the novice gift pack, and the system prompt sounded in his mind. Power points can be obtained by killing ferocious beasts, and you can upgrade your level and skills by consuming power points. You can see the ability points and upgrade options in the system panel. Xu Jingming understood the system's explanation. The so-called ability points are actually the same as experience points in online games. The routine for killing monsters and upgrading is simple, but practical. With a smile on his lips, Xu Jingming immediately opened his system panel. Name, Xu Jingming. Level, Awakener. Superpower, Purple Sky Divine Thunder. S. physique, 121 qi and blood, plus, spirit, 140 Hz, plus, skills, marksmanship, beginner plus, lightning burst. Beginner plus, the information on the system panel is very concise, and the plus signs at the back also indicate which ones can be upgraded and which ones cannot, as. For the body and spirit, they also represent the two basic attributes of the awakened person, and his attribute values are pretty good. After all, most awakened people only have about 100 physical and spiritual points. But I have practiced marksmanship for 5 or 6 years, and my proficiency is only at the elementary level. Isn't it a bit too much? Xu Jingming complained secretly. In addition to supernatural powers, humans also use weapons as a means of attack. However, unlike most people who choose knives and swords as weapons, his weapon of choice is a spear. He has been practicing this since he was more than 10 years old, but until now it is only a preliminary rating. You must know that the proficiency of a certain skill is divided into 6 levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced, master, grandmaster, and perfection. Beginner level is just the beginning. As for the other lightning wind break, it is a marksmanship combat skill. When he was 16 years old, he spent 300,000 daxia coins to buy it after awakening his weak electric power. I have been practicing for less than 2.5 years, and my proficiency is only at the elementary level, which is considered normal. Look at the information on the panel. I can use 200 power points to improve attributes or skills. So what should I choose to use it on? After complaining, Xu Jingming fell into deep thought. Tomorrow is the annual college entrance examination. He must spend these 200 power points on the blade to improve his combat effectiveness as much as possible. Physique and spirit are the two basic attributes. After these two attributes are improved, whether you use combat skills or control abilities, you can get a corresponding improvement. In this case, let's improve the basic attributes first. After pondering for a moment, Xu Jingming divided the 200 power points in half and put them into physical and mental points respectively. Dark blue, give me more. After pressing the plus sign on the panel, Xu Jingming first felt his blood surge. Later, my thinking also improved and became much clearer, and not only that, even the control of Zixiao divine thunder has been improved. Superpowers essentially come from the human body and spirit. The improvement of these two attributes also increases the power of the superpower. After clenching his fists and feeling the power surging within his body and the purple sky divine thunder that could be summoned at any time, Xu Jingming couldn't help but nodded with satisfaction. Then he looked at his system panel again. Physique, 141 qi and blood, plus, spirit, 160 Hz, plus. The two basic attributes have increased by 20 points. In other words, 1 power point corresponds to 0.2 blood or 0.2 spirit. The exchange ratio is a bit low, but that's okay. After all, it's a direct improvement without side effects. It's a pity that there are only 200 ability points in the novice gift bag, otherwise it could be improved again. Of course, with my current strength, it is more than enough to be admitted to the University for Superpowers. From the moment he obtained the S-level power Zixiao Divine Thunder, Xu Jingming's strength was ranked very high among the college entrance examination students in Jiangnan province. Now that his two basic attributes have been improved, he can truly be said to be one of the top candidates in Jiangnan province. The reason why it is said to be one of them is not the strongest, just because the huge Jiangnan province has a population of more than 80 million, and there are more than 700,000 candidates taking the martial arts college entrance examination. Among the more than 700,000 candidates, the most indispensable thing is perverts. Although these perverts do not have S-level powers, but A-level abilities, coupled with bonuses such as combat experience and combat skills, cannot be underestimated. After all, some students' families can not only hire famous teachers to teach them, but also learn rare and powerful combat skills. You can even arrange for bodyguards to protect you, and you can directly enter the wilderness area to fight with ferocious beasts and accumulate combat experience. In this regard, Xu Jingming, who is an orphan, is incomparable. However, the S-level abilities he possesses are also unmatched by other candidates. Dong dong dong. At this time, a rapid knock-on. The door suddenly sounded, and before Xu Jingming could react, the entire door was kicked straight away with a bang. Then, a group of firefighters wearing orange-red clothes and holding water guns appeared in sight. When they discovered that there was no fire as they imagined, and there was even a living person standing in the room, they were immediately stunned. How are you? Xu Jingming blinked and tentatively said hello. Chapter 4 Thunder Martial Arts School, Cousin Tang Chi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Facing the firefighters who came to the door, Xu Jingming explained that he had lightning powers and had the fire under control. This group of people checked around the house furiously to make sure there were no safety hazards left, so they didn't stay any longer, but before leaving, they not only repaired the door, but the team leader also gave Xu Jingming a business card. It shows that Xu Jingming's lightning ability is very suitable for fire and explosion control in certain electronic equipment places. After graduating from college, you can go directly to the fire station in Jiangqing to find him to arrange a job. To know, the fire department is a unit within the system, and there are awakened people who can control water and fire powers. There is no need to worry about life-threatening dangers during the process of putting out fires. In the eyes of ordinary people, it is considered a very good job. Certainly, for Xu Jingming now, it is not attractive at all. After casually stuffing the business card into the bedside table in the bedroom, Xu Jingming took the long gun that was leaning against the wall and left the room. Xiao Ming, was the fire okay just now? It's okay, Uncle Yang, it's under control. It's okay. Looking at you like this, are you going to the martial arts gym? Yeah, let's go to the martial arts gym to practice. You're working really hard. You're going to take the college entrance examination tomorrow and you're still training. You don't look like that brat from my family. Mingyue community is where Xu Jingming has lived for 18 years, and the neighbors are all acquaintances. Xu Jingming, who has a gentle personality, is also deeply loved by aunts and uncles. Seeing him coming downstairs, some were walking downstairs, and the aunts and uncles with their grandsons and granddaughters all asked with concern. Xu Jingming also responded politely one by one. Then he carried the gun on his back, walked out of the community, got on the bus, and took the subway again. Finally, we came to a modern high-rise building. The building is about 40 meters high, and its exterior walls are decorated in silver-white color, making it look extremely cool. The building covers a large area, as if it were a giant beast, crawling there. On the side of the building, there are 4 big characters written like dragons and phoenixes. Thunder Martial Arts School. These 4 characters shine brightly under the sunlight. If an awakened person wants to be promoted to a superpower, he must train his body and spirit to increase the power of his superpower. However, not every family can have their own private training room. There are 2 most famous martial arts halls in the entire Daxia Kingdom, namely the Thunder Martial Arts Hall and the Storm Bear Martial Arts Hall. These 2 martial arts schools have opened branches in every city in Daxia, even Jiangqing, which is located in a relatively remote area of Jiangnan Province, has also been built. Certainly. In addition to the Thunder Martial Arts School and the Storm Bear Martial Arts School, Jiangqing also has hundreds of private martial arts schools, large and small, but only Thunder Martial Arts School is open to high school students free of charge. Therefore, Xu Jingming has always trained at Thunder Martial Arts School. He came here now because he wanted to test how much his strength had improved after obtaining the Purple Sky Divine Thunder and improving his basic attributes. At this time, outside the Thunder Martial Arts Hall, in addition to Xu Jingming, there were also some awakened people coming with weapons, and even people with superpowers. Luo Heng, the 9th-level superpower who founded the Thunder Martial Arts Hall, is also the owner of the S-level superpower of the Lightning System. I wonder if I will be able to create my own martial arts gym one day in the future. With a sigh, Xu Jingming then entered the martial arts gym. Thunder Martial Arts Hall has 6 floors, each floor covering an area of tens of thousands of square meters. Among them, the 2nd and 3rd floors are dedicated to high school students for free use. After entering the martial arts gym, Xu Jingming went straight to the 3rd floor where he often went, since today is Wednesday. Except for the senior high school students who have finished school early, the other 1st and 2nd grade students are still in school. Most senior high school students are making final preparations before the college entrance examination at home at this time. As a result, the 3rd floor, which used to be very lively, now seems a little deserted. There were only a dozen people in the hall. However, after entering the hall, Xu Jingming found a familiar figure among these people. This is a girl who is about 1.7 meters tall and has a delicate and cool appearance. She carried no weapons and was wearing casual clothes. Her long straight legs were dazzlingly white against the backdrop of blue denim shorts. Around her, there were several young men and girls who were also dressed in exquisite and fashionable clothes. Xu Jingming smiled and greeted the tall girl. Tang, his aunt's daughter, is also in the 3rd grade of high school, but is just a few months older than him, since Xu Jingming's parents died when he was young. His sister-in-law, who also lives in Jiangqing, often comes to visit him on weekdays. This cousin sometimes comes with me. However, the relationship between him and his cousin is neither too good nor too bad. As for the reason, it is very simple. The predecessor was introverted and didn't like to talk much. Coupled with the disparity in family backgrounds, the two rarely had anything in common. 2 years ago, my cousin Tang awakened her B-level powers. After she only awakened her E-level powers, the two of them had even less common language. Tang didn't expect to meet Xu Jingming at the Thunder Martial Arts School. After being stunned for a moment, she came to her senses and nodded slightly. Well, I'll come here with my friends. No wonder, Xu Jingming suddenly understood when he heard this. My sister-in-law's family is relatively well off, and my cousin Tang often goes to Baoxiong Martial Arts School, which requires a membership fee of 100,000 yuan a year. As for the Thunder Martial Arts School, I rarely come here. Okay, Sister Qi, you are busy, I will go to the training room. Xu Jingming didn't talk much, said hello, and then left. Qi, who is this? He looks pretty handsome. After Xu Jingming left, a cute girl next to Tang who was equally tall but wearing a dress asked. There was a hint of curiosity in her big, clear eyes. Xu Jingming, my cousin. Like us, he is also a senior in high school and will take the martial arts college entrance examination tomorrow. Looking at Xu Jingming's retreating figure in the distance, Tang frowned slightly. Cousin Xu Jingming seems a little different from before. She couldn't tell exactly what was different, but in the past, even if they met by chance, the other party would not take the initiative to talk. Why are you asking so clearly? Xiaoya, you are in love and want to find a boyfriend? A smile appeared on the face of a young man wearing white casual clothes next to him. However, in the face of ridicule, the girl named Xiaoya didn't care and admitted generously. What? No, with this appearance, as long as the strength is not too bad, wouldn't it be quite honorable to take him out as a boyfriend in the future? Then I'm afraid my cousin will disappoint you. He only awakened E-level powers. Tang shook her head, already anticipating Xiaoya's reaction. Sure enough, after hearing that Xu Jingming was just an E-level power awakener, most of the curiosity in Xiaoya's eyes was extinguished, and she said with a waning tone. It's just an E-level power. It's a pity. Everyone has their own circle, and most people in the same circle have similar family backgrounds and compatible personalities. This group of people not only have rich family backgrounds, but their awakened powers are also B and C level. As for Xu Jingming, judging from his clothes, he knows that his family conditions may not be that good. In addition, only the E-level abilities were awakened, so even if Xiaoya is a face-controlling person, she won't be interested in her anymore. You dare to take the martial arts college entrance examination with an E-level superpower. At least you are brave. A young man wearing earrings joked. So what if his courage is commendable? The risk is too great. I would rather he not take the martial arts college entrance examination. Tang sighed. In the martial arts college entrance examination, those who died the most were those with awakened powers below level D. As long as Xu Jingming has a D-level ability, she won't have any objection, but the E-level superpower is so weak that taking the martial arts college entrance examination is almost a recipe for death. If you have E-level abilities, you should honestly take the liberal arts exam. After graduation, wouldn't it be nice to work as a white-collar worker in a company without having to fight with ferocious beasts and without risking one's life? It won't make her mother worry every day. Okay, let's not talk about this anymore. Aren't we here to visit the Thunder Martial Arts School? That's right. I spent most of my 3 years in high school at Baoxiong Martial Arts School. This is my first time at Thunder Martial Arts School. Before the college entrance examination, relaxing is good for physical and mental health. Seeing that Tang Chi was not in a good mood, the group of people quickly ended the topic and started hanging out casually. Chapter 5 Combat Skills. Lightning Blast Breaks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the other side, Xu Jingming didn't know that he would attract so much discussion after leaving. At this time, he was already in a room of about 20 square meters. This is a single training room provided by Thunder Martial Arts School. In the past, such training rooms required reservations in advance to use them. Now that there are fewer people, Xu Jingming can use it directly. First of all, let's try my peak strength without the blessing of supernatural powers. Xu Jingming took off the spear behind him and held it in his hand. Due to the rough skin and thick flesh of the ferocious beast, ordinary weapons cannot break through the defense. Therefore, the weapons used by superpowers are manufactured by specialized weapons manufacturing companies, and the spear in his hand belongs to the Black Yao series of weapons produced by Hunyuan Group. The barrel of the gun is about 1.9 meters long, and the sharp tip is more than 20 centimeters, making the total length 2.1 meters. The entire black gun is made of F-grade alloy, and the entire body is a low-key black. Holding the spear in his hand, Xu Jingming shook slightly, and the sound of a low golden sword sounded. It didn't matter if it didn't shake. Once it shook, he noticed something was wrong. The gun became lighter. No, that's not right. It's because my body has become stronger. Xu Jingming quickly reacted, but now, there is no way to change the weapon. Similar to the level of superpowers, alloys are also divided into 9 levels: SSS, SS, S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. The rarer the alloy, the stronger and sharper it is, and the more lethal it is to ferocious beasts. Of course, the price will become more expensive. For the He Yao series of weapons purchased from Hunyuan Group, you can freely choose the alloy material and weight. Since only F-level weapons and suits can be brought to the martial arts college entrance examination, the alloy quality is naturally chosen to be F-level. As for the weight, I chose 50 kg. After finally choosing, he spent almost 200,000 to buy this entire black gun. The so-called poor culture and rich martial arts. In the past few years, Xu Jingming spent a lot of money in order to train his physique, superpowers, and purchase battle clothes, weapons, and combat skills. Some of this money comes from the enthusiastic support from my sister-in-law's family, which is difficult to refuse, and some comes from the savings and pensions left by my parents. After spending so far, he only had less than 50,000 left, so naturally he couldn't buy heavier weapons. But it's okay, it will only have a slight impact on my strength. As soon as his eyes were focused, Xu Jingming began to warm up. He is also familiar with the spear's picking, stabbing, smashing, splitting, point and poke moves. In the training room, he saw the spear being danced by him, as if it had turned into a black phantom, full of power. In just a moment, Xu Jingming felt that his muscles all over his body were stretched and his qi and blood were active. Then he took hold of the spear and stabbed the circular bullseye on the wall in front of the training room. Zheng. Accompanied by a harsh impact, and under the strong kinetic energy, the circular bullseye made of memory metal dented an exaggerated arc inward. After withdrawing the spear, he slowly recovered. At the same time, a number also popped up on the smart screen next to it. 321 cards. 321 calories. Pure physical strength has almost doubled compared to before. Xu Jingming's eyes lit up. Card is the standard unit used to calculate attack power. 1 card is equivalent to the energy generated by the explosion of a black spider firecracker. Most awakened ones rely on physical strength, and the strongest attack they can cause is only about 100 calories. Before this, Xu Jingming could only attack with about 140 cards relying solely on his physical strength. Of course, at that time, even if he used his powers, he wouldn't be able to improve much. Of course, it's different now. With a thought in his heart, Zixiao Divine Thunder was summoned immediately. Crackling. At this moment, Xu Jingming seemed to be transformed into a thunder god, with countless purple thunders lingering around him, and the piercing sound of arcs jumping. He raised his hand and pointed, and a purple lightning shot out, hitting the bullseye with a violent aura. This time, after the bullseye made of memory metal dented, it paused for 7 or 8 seconds before recovering. On the smart screen next to it, an exaggerated number also popped up, 3012 cards. The power actually reaches 3000 calories. It is almost 10 times the physical strength. To know, the general attack strength of first-level superpowers is only 1000 cards. The attack strength of 3000 calories can only be achieved by a first-level mid-level superpower. As expected of an S-level superpower, it's so unbelievable. Xu Jingming couldn't help but click his tongue. According to the information in the memory, superpowers above the awakened ones are divided into 9 levels, from level 1 to level 9, each level is divided into lower, middle and upper levels, and he is just an awakened person. Relying on the S-level power Zixiao Divine Thunder, he can already unleash an attack intensity comparable to that of a first-level mid-level power user. No wonder every country is pursuing high-level people with awakened powers. The gap between different qualities is really too big. However, 3000 calories is not my limit. Xu Jingming took a deep breath, and the lightning from Zixiao Divine Thunder spread to the Black Glory gun. Lightning blast breaks. There was a flash of lightning in the training room, and the spear seemed to turn into a purple-black dragon, sprinting towards the wall. Boom! The lightning flashed, and under the powerful impact, a deafening crash sounded, and the entire training room shook slightly. When the lightning dissipated, a bullseye made of memory metal appeared on the wall. As if struck by lightning, the center melted, forming a metal crater that could never be restored. The terrifying cracks, centered on the memory metal, spread like a spider web to the entire wall, exposing the sparkling electric cables in the cracks in the wall. These cables are connected to memory metal and are used to counterattack strength. It looks like it can no longer be used. Xu Jingming turned to look at the smart screen on the right, and sure enough, no data was displayed on it. I entered the primary training room, which is equipped with memory metal that can withstand attacks from first-level high-level superpowers. Now that the memory metal is destroyed, it is obviously caused by the intensity of the attack reaching its limit. As expected of his combat skills, he is truly amazing. Lightning and wind break is the only combat skill that Xu Jingming currently possesses. Certainly, this combat skill was also carefully selected by him, and it can perfectly integrate his lightning power and marksmanship. In fact, most of the combat skills of superpowers are closely related to the superpowers mastered by the superpowers themselves. The peak attack strength is comparable to a first-level high-level superpower. It seems that you will be able to play in the college entrance examination tomorrow. An expectant smile appeared on Xu Jingming's lips, then he put the Black Radiance gun behind him and walked out of the training room. The training room of Thunder Martial Arts School has dedicated maintenance personnel, and even if the equipment is damaged, it will be maintained in time. Of course, no compensation is required. After all, those who have the ability to damage equipment are the most welcome people at Thunder Martial Arts Gym. After walking around, I feel that our Baoxiong Martial Arts School is better. Not only is the training room at the Thunder Martial Arts School small, but the strength testing equipment used is not the latest. Nonsense. Do you think our annual membership of 100,000 Daxia coins is for free? I've been talking about it for a while, and it's really boring. Bored? How about we go to the practice room and have a few games? Tang Chi and his party of 4 were walking in the corridor of Thunder Martial Arts School. They originally wanted to relax before the final college entrance examination, so they came to Thunder Martial Arts School, but after wandering around for a while, I soon felt bored, so, when someone mentioned going to the practice room, several people's eyes lit up and they were eager to give it a try. Boom. At this moment, a sharp and even harsh impact sounded, causing the ground they were standing on to tremble slightly. What a strong energy wave. It has reached the level of a superpower. That the boy wearing earrings was surprised. The power he awakened is a spiritual sea-level power, which is very sensitive to energy fluctuations. I remember this was a floor specifically for high school students, the few perverts in Jiangqing who have entered the level of superpowers all trained at the Storm Bear Martial Arts School. How come they came to the Thunder Martial Arts School? Xiaoya, a cute girl in a dress, frowned slightly and said in confusion, although Jiangqing is located in a barren area of Jiangnan province, its educational background is not very deep, but among high school students, there are still 1 or 2 who have broken through and awakened and become abnormal beings with superpowers. Did one of the perverts come here to train? Or is a new high school student with superpowers born? Let's go take a look. The sudden movement immediately made Tang Chi and the others interested, and they turned around and walked towards the training room. Chapter 6. Before the college entrance examination, Xu Jingming has a new look. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tang Chi and his group walked quickly along the corridor and turned a corner, but he met Xu Jingming, who was walking towards him with a black spear on his back. Tang Chi didn't expect to meet Xu Jingming again. After being stunned for a moment, she quickly came to her senses and asked. Ready to go home? The training is over and I want to go back early to prepare. Okay, let's do our best for the martial arts college entrance exam tomorrow, but remember to pay attention to your own safety. Although I felt that Xu Jingming, who only had E-level powers, was overestimating his abilities when he took the martial arts college entrance examination, but after all, he was his cousin, so Tang Chi still encouraged him. Okay, Sister Chi, come on, too. Xu Jingming grinned, showed a bright smile, and then walked away, and Tang Chi and the others did not stop and continued to search for the source of the wave of power just now. There are not many training rooms around here, only 8, so Tang Chi and the others found the training room used by Xu Jingming without much effort. When they saw the broken walls in the training room, which looked like spider webs, the 4 people in the group all widened their eyes. Even Tang Chi, who had always been cold-tempered, opened her mouth slightly. Good guy, even the memory metal was blown to pieces. How powerful is this attack? The young man wearing white casual clothes has an exaggerated expression. From the remaining energy, I can still feel the extremely violent power. Even if the person who issued this attack is not a second-level superpower, he must be a peak first-level one. The young man with earrings who had awakened his spiritual powers also said with a serious expression. The peak of the first level? Maybe even the second level? Do we still have such strong high school students in Jiangqing? Xiaoya couldn't believe it. It's probably not a high school student. It's possible that some superpower user didn't know the rules and mistakenly entered the 3rd floor and used the training room to conduct a strength test. Tang Chi shook his head. Also, an attack of this intensity cannot be achieved by a high school student. At the peak of the first level, even a genius from a provincial capital city can't do it. It is impossible for such a person to appear in our Jiangqing. The others were relieved when they heard this. Just the few superpower candidates in Jiangqing would make people feel a lot of pressure. If any of the candidates reached the 2nd level, then they, a group of candidates who have consumed countless resources but are not even superpowers, might as well buy a piece of tofu and crash to death. Hey, Xu Jingming was the only one walking by here just now. Do you think he was responsible for this attack? Xiaoya blinked her eyes and suddenly said whimsically. You've read too many online articles about pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger, right? You can think of such outrageous things. The young man with earrings was a little speechless. To hide one's strength, one must also have the conditions to hide one's strength. It would be good if an E-class power awakener can have an attack strength of 300 cards. The corridors on both sides of this place can lead to the outside. The powerful superpower should have left from the other side, so we didn't encounter it. Ability ratings are not determined out of thin air, but based on development potential. E-level abilities set Xu Jingming's upper limit from the ground up. That's right. Xiaoya thought for a moment and nodded in agreement. Tang Chi, who was listening to the whole process, thought of the tall figure who had just left, and suddenly had doubts about his previous certainty. Did Xu Jingming really overestimate his ability when he took the martial arts college entrance examination? Jiangqing's liberal arts college entrance examination is held in the teaching buildings of various middle schools. The martial arts college entrance examination was held in the military region near the suburbs. Students need to gather at the city gymnasium first and then be uniformly sent to the military area. The meeting time is 8 o'clock in the morning, so Xu Jingming got up early the next day and put on all his equipment, in addition to the F-class weapon Black Glory gun, which was about 2 meters long and was carried on his back. He was also wearing an F-class black battle suit and black combat boots. The battle clothes and boots are made of the hides of ferocious beasts and are very tough. When fighting ferocious beasts, it is not easily damaged and can withstand some damage. Martial Arts College Entrance Examination, here I come. That with his eyes focused, Xu Jingming strode out of the room with steady steps. Jiangqing, Jinxiao community, here is a famous villa community in Jiangqing. Suddenly, she was stopped by a lady who looked somewhat similar to her. Xiao Qi, are you and Xiao Ming in the same examination room? Mom, didn't I tell you last time? There is only one martial arts college entrance examination room in the whole Jiangqing. Of course he and I took the same examination room. While answering, Tang Qi was also conducting final equipment inspections. What she awakened was a special B-level ability, the Shadow Cat. After the power is activated, her physique, flexibility and reaction speed will be greatly improved. Therefore, the weapon she chooses is also a dagger that is more flexible to use. The suit also tends to be close-fitting and lightweight. Then if you meet Xiao Ming in the examination room, help him if you can. After all, your cousin only has E-level powers and is too dangerous in the martial arts college entrance examination. The noble lady couldn't help but warned. In addition, you must also pay attention to your own safety. Even if your grades are poor, don't force yourself to fight with high-level ferocious beasts. Although Tang Qi wanted to say that the martial arts college entrance examination map is very large, the probability of encountering it after entering the examination room is almost zero. But seeing the worry in her mother's eyes, she nodded. I understand. After finishing speaking, after making sure that the whole body equipment is fine, Tang Qi got into the driver's car parked at the door and set off to the city stadium. There are 3 high schools in Jiangqing, and the total number of senior high school students is almost 3,000, in addition to the students who took the liberal arts college entrance examination. There were 1,400 people who took the martial arts college entrance examination, in order to transport all the more than 1,400 candidates to the examination center. The city dispatched nearly 40 buses. These more than 40 buses, organized according to different schools and classes, were parked neatly outside the city gymnasium. Arriving candidates only need to enter the corresponding bus. Son, I don't ask you to get good grades in this martial arts college entrance examination. The most important thing is to pay attention to your safety. Dad, I know. Daughter, please protect yourself in the examination room. For those who are accompanied by their parents, the most important thing they said before getting into the car was to pay attention to safety. Xu Jingming, who had just arrived at the municipal gymnasium, saw this scene from a distance and felt that it was impossible not to be envious. As an orphan in his previous life, he also longed for the love of his parents. It's a pity that after time travel, I'm still alone. Taking a deep breath, Xu Jingming calmed down his emotions. Among the many buses, I found the bus belonging to Class 3-5 of Jiangqing No. 2 High School and walked directly on. Huh? Is this Xu Jingming? You can't tell it normally, but I didn't expect him to be quite handsome in the suit. Why didn't I notice that he had such a sharp temperament before? Wow, so handsome. That because of his introverted personality, Xu Jingming is considered the most inconspicuous person in Class 5, even if you don't go to class one day, probably no one will notice except your best friend Zhang Hao and the class teacher. Of course, Xu Jingming's own conditions are very good. He is 1.86 meters tall and looks relatively handsome. It's just that the former body likes to slump down and has evasive eyes, so it looks inconspicuous. Now that Xu Jingming has traveled through time, his eyes no longer dodge, but are clear and lively, and his body is standing straight, plus a black battle suit and a thick, long and ferocious black spear carried behind him. It gives people a completely new look. Looking sharp and powerful, many girls on the bus looked at him with surprise and enthusiasm. Seeing Xu Jingming walking up, the head teacher Chen Fan, who was sitting in the passenger seat and was responsible for counting people, was also stunned. But he quickly reacted and checked Xu Jingming's name on the registration list. As time passed slowly, the names on the list of class teacher Chen Fan were gradually filled up. When the last student from Class 5 to take the martial arts college entrance examination arrived, class teacher Chen Fan also announced, "Everyone from Class 5 is here, let's go." Chapter 7 Ruin Town, College Entrance Examination Rules. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The college entrance examination is a grand event in Daxia. In order to ensure that students get adequate rest, all provinces and cities began to implement night noise management 1 month before the college entrance examination. Even some high-end communities will invite special sonic power users, as soon as 9 o'clock in the evening arrives. The special power is used to isolate all sounds from the outside world outside the community, and on the day of the college entrance examination, the protection of candidates has reached an even stricter level. Not only are traffic controls implemented on the road, there are even teams of armed soldiers and superpowers patrolling important traffic arteries to prevent emergencies. It is precisely because of this that more than 40 buses taking part in the martial arts college entrance examination traveled smoothly through the city and soon entered the military zone in the suburbs. Then the bus drove to an open space and students got off one after another. Around the open space, every 3 meters, there was a soldier standing upright with a gun in hand. The seriousness on that face leaves no doubt that if someone dares to attack the square formation, he will be greeted by a hail of bullets. At the front of the open space is a temporary podium. Behind the podium is an area surrounded by barbed wire. Within the area are the ruins of a dilapidated town. This area is so large that you can't see the end of it. Between the ruins, there were faint shadows of ferocious beasts flashing across, and at the same time, the roars and roars of ferocious beasts could be heard. "Ha, that's our test center. Damn it, I thought I saw a one-horned rhinoceros just now." One-horned rhinoceros? No, this year's exam questions won't be so difficult, right? That the ruined town in the military region was originally called Weiyuan Town, a small village under Jiangcheng. Decades ago, it was destroyed by a tide of beasts and turned into ruins. Although it was recaptured by the army later, it was already in ruins and of little value for reconstruction, so it was simply used as a training ground for the troops stationed there. However, on June 7 every year, this place will also be used as a test center for the martial arts college entrance examination. Certainly, the types of ferocious beasts placed inside will not be as random as during military training, but will be decided by the examiner of the Jiangnan Provincial Martial Arts College Entrance Examination. The Martial Arts College Entrance examination centers in all prefecture-level cities in Jiangnan Province will use the same combination of ferocious beasts, ensuring the absolute fairness of the Martial Arts College Entrance Examination. The breed and strength of the ferocious beast determine the difficulty of the Martial Arts College Entrance Examination. Generally speaking, there will not be any powerful beasts outside the ruined town. It will only be common ferocious beasts like shadow cats and iron-haired pigs. However, in the college entrance examinations over the years, rare and powerful beasts such as the one-horned rhinoceros and the armed sword tiger also appeared on the outskirts of the ruined town. However, this also means that this year's martial arts college entrance examination is more difficult than usual, and the risk of death is greater. So what about the one-horned rhinoceros? If you can't deal with such a ferocious beast, even if you are lucky enough to be admitted to the University for Supernatural Powers, you won't be able to become a great person. A high-pitched voice suddenly sounded from the crowd of students, drowning out the students' discussions. This is a young man wearing a light blue battle suit, looking like an ancient swordsman, holding a long sword in his hand. His own temperament is somewhat similar to that of a vigilante, magnanimous and sharp, and his eyes are as oppressive as those of an eagle. Many students turned their heads angrily and wanted to argue, but after seeing it was him, he suddenly became silent and did not dare to say anything. Such a scene made Xu Jingming feel strange, and he said curiously to a tall boy with a sword and shield behind him, "Who is this person? He is so loud." The tall boy's name is Lu Jie, and he has awakened the enhancement type C-level superpower. After using the superpower, the body can expand more than twice, and the strength will be increased accordingly. In Class 5, apart from his best friend Zhang Hao, Xu Jingming has the best relationship with him. Who else could it be? The light wind sword Zhou Mingyang of No. 1 High School. Lu Jie pursed his lips. It turned out to be him. Xu Jingming suddenly understood. Jiangcheng No. 1 High School is the high school with the most profound educational foundation in Jiangcheng. Not only are there courses taught by genuine superpowers, but actual battles with ferocious beasts are also arranged from time to time. The students they trained are also more talented than the others. Almost all the top 10 candidates in the Jiangcheng Martial Arts College Entrance Examination are from No. 1 High School, and this Zhou Mingyang is one of the best students in No. 1 High School. It possesses the elemental B-level wind power, lightly swift wind. After using the special ability, not only can the wind blade be condensed, but the air resistance can also be reduced, greatly increasing one's running speed and attack speed. Light-spirited wind is considered to be in the first echelon among all the awakened powers in Jiang City, and not only that, Zhou Mingyang is also one of the very few candidates in Jiangqing who has broken through the awakening and advanced to the level of superpower. Naturally, ordinary candidates would not dare to provoke such a powerful person. That's right, sword training is all about having this kind of indomitable momentum. In the team, the principal of No. 1 high school saw this scene and couldn't help but nodded with satisfaction. Soon, all the students on more than 40 buses entered the open space and arranged neatly according to school and class. In front of each class, there is a class teacher accompanying each class. At this time, a middle-aged man in military uniform also walked up to the podium in front of the open space. The man was tall and had a long scar on his right cheek. He just glanced around, and the students who were whispering in the entire open space suddenly shut their mouths. If Zhou Mingyang's eyes only made people feel oppressive, then the officer's eyes were like those of ferocious beasts, making people feel heart palpitating. Definitely a second level or higher superpower. Xu Jingming and the team said silently in his heart. I am Wang Haiyang, the commander-in-chief of this Jiangqing Martial Arts College entrance examination. Before the exam, I would like to reiterate the precautions. This martial arts college entrance examination started on time at 9 a.m. and ended at 9 p.m., with a total duration of 12 hours. The exam location is the ruined town behind me. Just like previous college entrance examinations, the ruined town is divided into peripheral, central, and core areas. The outer areas are full of low-level ferocious beasts, and the central area is filled with peak low-level ferocious beasts and first-level ferocious beasts. The core area is full of first-order and above ferocious beasts, and the core area is occupied by first-order high-ranking ferocious beasts and second-order ferocious beasts. The voice of the commander-in-chief Wang Haiyang echoed in the open space. He did not use a microphone, but his voice was clearly transmitted to the ears of every student. The periphery, the middle, the core, and the core are actually just like the mathematics test paper. Different areas correspond to different difficulties. The core area occupied by the first-order high-ranking and second-order ferocious beasts is equivalent to the last question on the math test paper, which is specially reserved for top students to solve. Xu Jingming and the team smiled. If it were before, he would only dare to kill ferocious beasts in the outer area at most, but now, he not only has the confidence to enter the core area, he can even explore the innermost area. Killing different types and levels of ferocious beasts can earn different points. The higher the level of the beast, the stronger its strength, and the higher the score you will get after killing it. Okay, let's start distributing resources now. Wang Haiyang waved his right hand on the ceremonial stage, and several groups of soldiers walked out from the side. At the same time, a large truck drove over from a distance. The truck cargo door opened, and inside were black tactical backpacks, distributed by the soldiers. Each candidate received a tactical backpack. There are 3 items in the backpack. One is a smart watch, which is used to count the number and types of beasts killed and accumulate points. At the same time, there is also a map of the ruined town to confirm the candidate's location. The other is a compressed energy bar. There are 3 in total, which can quickly replenish physical energy after consumption. The last item is the safety ball, which is a silver-white metal ball. After activation, it can form a high-voltage grid around the body that ordinary ferocious beasts cannot break. Of course, once the safety ball is used, it means that the college entrance examination ends early. Xu Jingming put the smart watch on his wrist, put 3 energy bars in his tactical backpack, carried it behind his back, and hung the safety ball around his waist. In this way, when encountering danger, the safety ball can be activated as quickly as possible to save lives. Most other students also choose this configuration. However, even with a safety ball, it does not mean absolute safety. After all, in the process of fighting between these ferocious beasts, life and death are in an instant, and there is no time to even use the safety ball. Chapter 8 officially begins, the first killing. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Each backpack contains a smart watch, 3 energy bars, and a safety ball. Candidates, please check carefully. If there is anything missing, please come to the podium to make up for it as soon as possible. After Wang Haiyang said these words, he immediately stepped down from the podium. It's now 8:40, more than 20 minutes before the martial arts college entrance examination starts, so, when Wang Haiyang stepped down from the podium, many students in the open space also relaxed. Is there any team that is short of human shields? I have an enhanced D-level ability that can resist and deal damage. Hey, this college entrance examination is too difficult. I can't even think of forming a team. The C-level spiritual power can stop the thoughts of ferocious beasts to a certain extent. Do you want a team? Our team lacks a violent output person. Anyone with D-level or higher output abilities can come to our team. That the martial arts college entrance examination does not prohibit students from forming teams. Of course, the points gained by teaming up to kill ferocious beasts are divided equally among all members of the team, and the efficiency is much lower than fighting alone. Therefore, most people still choose to enter the test center alone. But the one-horned rhinoceros just discovered has proved that the difficulty of this martial arts college entrance examination will be very unusual. So the candidates who had not originally planned to form a team began to look for team members at this time. Xu Jingming, you haven't joined the team, right? Why don't you join our team? Our team still lacks an auxiliary output, and your lightning ability can just make up for it. In the team of Class 5, a girl wearing a silver-white tight-fitting uniform with a slim figure came to Xu Jingming. The girl has a beautiful appearance and a slight smile on her face. Ordinary students, faced with an invitation from such a beautiful girl, would probably be reluctant to ask for it. However, Xu Jingming's brows jumped. The girl's name is Lin Qingyuan, she is the squad leader of Class 5, and she is also a good-natured person with a gentle personality. In addition, she is beautiful and has a good figure, and her reputation in Class 5 is very high. This gentle class monitor, after learning that Xu Jingming's parents had died, would secretly help him in daily class activities and study life. Lin Qingyuan thought that what she did was very secretive. Despite her introverted and sensitive personality, she quickly noticed the difference. He even secretly thought that Lin Qingyuan had a good impression of him. However, Xu Jingming, who had traveled through time, knew very well that Lin Qingyuan's series of actions were only because she was kind-hearted. Now I am looking for myself to form a team for the same reason. However, my aunt, you must also learn to look at the occasion. The martial arts college entrance examination is a test that determines life or death. No one wants to have another burden on their team. If Lin Qingyuan invites him to form a team, the other members of the team will definitely feel uncomfortable. Sure enough, when Lin Qingyuan invited her to form a team, the faces of her other team members instantly turned the color of pig liver. Squad leader, I'm going to enter the examination room alone, you can just form a team. Xu Jingming shook his head. At the same time, I felt deeply moved by Lin Qingyuan's innocence and kindness. Of course, purely from this point of view, Lin Qingyuan's family should protect her very well, otherwise, such a character would not be developed. Is that so? Well, be careful when entering the examination room. Lin Qingyuan was about to continue persuading, but she saw the seriousness in Xu Jingming's eyes. Then he knew that it was useless to persuade him, so he sighed and turned around to leave in disappointment. This kid is quite knowledgeable. In the class team, Lin Qingyuan's other team members also breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Qingyuan is the captain of their team, and they can't stop the captain's decision. However, if Xu Jingming, who only has E-level powers, is allowed into the team, the score of their entire team will drop a lot. Beautiful Lin refused all invitations to form a team. Ming, you are quite capable. How many people want to form a team with her are too late. After Lin Qingyuan left, Lu Jia came over with a lewd smile on his face. Come on, you don't know that our monitor has this kind of temperament and likes to help the weak. Xu Jingming rolled his eyes. So you knew. I thought you took this as someone else having a crush on you. Lu Jia pretended to be surprised and replied, but then again, are you really planning to enter the examination room alone? This martial arts college entrance examination is very difficult. It's just that you, with E-level powers, may not be able to do it alone if you enter the arena alone. But if you are willing to call me Big Brother, I will reluctantly help you. Lu Jia shook his hair very coquettishly. Speaking of which, Lu Jia used to be as reticent as Xu Jingming. Although the wording was very embarrassing, Xu Jingming also knew that Lu Jia was worried about him, and he was indeed a good brother. Of course, it was impossible for him to express it verbally. Huh, what a joke. Do I still need you to carry me? Xu Jingming pretended to sneer exaggeratedly, revealing a mysterious smile. To tell you the truth, I am no longer the person I used to be, and the person I am now is not what I used to be. This time I am aiming for the top spot in Jiangnan province. If you are willing to call me Dad, then I will reluctantly take you into the top 100 in Jiangnan province. After saying that, Xu Jingming imitated Lu Jia and shook his head coquettishly. This is the friendship between boys, they are competing to be each other's father. The #1 scholar in Jiangnan province. You can really boast. Why didn't I realize you were so good at boasting before? If Zhang Hao were here, I'm afraid you would laugh him off. Lu Jia's eyes widened and he was amazed. TSK, no one believes you tell the truth these days. The world is really in decline. Xu Jingming shook his head and sighed. As Xu Jingming and Lu Jia teased each other, time passed quickly. Soon, it was 9 o'clock sharp. Wow. As a result, the gate to the ruined town was opened by the soldiers, and Wang Haiyang also stood on the podium and announced. The 2037th Martial Arts College entrance examination in Jiangqing has officially begun. Candidates enter the examination room. As soon as he finished speaking, more than 1,400 candidates took action. The Martial Arts College entrance examination has begun. This time I'm going to make a big splash. My goal is Jiangnan University of Superpowers. With expectations and hopes for the college entrance examination, candidates wearing combat uniforms and carrying weapons rushed into the ruined town like locusts. Under the influence of such an atmosphere, Xu Jingming also took off his spear and rushed in with a smile following the crowd. The ruined town was like the mouth of an abyss, swallowing up all the students. The open space outside quickly became empty. Start the ruins camera and follow-up drone, and prepare to start the live broadcast of the college entrance examination. The country of Daxia is rich in martial arts, and the live martial arts college entrance examination is broadcast live every year. Not only the education bureau, principals and class teachers of each school are watching the battle, but each school will also arrange time to organize students in the first and second grades of high school to watch. So, when all the candidates entered the examination room, tens of thousands of cameras hidden in the ruined town were activated at the same time. At the same time, more than 50 military drones soared into the sky, tracking and photographing celebrity candidates who had achieved a certain degree of fame before the martial arts college entrance examination. Soon, images were projected on the sky in the open space. The principals, head teachers, and people from the education bureau of each middle school also entered the auditorium talking with each other. Although the ruined town is a small village under Jiangqing, it covers a huge area. More than 1,400 candidates entered, except for some crowding at the entrance. If you continue to delve deeper, it will be like a drop of water falling into the ocean, making no waves. In addition, ferocious beasts are also intelligent creatures. So when so many candidates entered the ruins, instead of attacking immediately, these ferocious beasts hid. As a result, each team and the Lone Ranger also acted independently, heading deeper into the ruined town. Zhou Mingyang, the light wind swordsman of the first high school, directly used his superpower after entering the examination room. He controlled the wind to reduce air resistance, and then rushed out like a cheetah. Xu Jingming also chose a correct direction, walked down with his spear, and at the same time activated the smart watch on his wrist. Suddenly, a blue virtual screen was projected from the smart watch and appeared in front of Xu Jingming, with a row of black text on it. Candidates are asked to verify their identity on the smart watch. Blue Star's technological development is more advanced than in previous generations, and virtual projection like this is already a very mature technology. Fingerprint verification in progress. Confirmed successful. The candidate is Xu Jingming, grade 3, 5, Jiangqing No. 2 High School. The admission ticket number is 2037-214-7849. Xu Jingming's identity information appeared on the virtual projection. At the same time, two small boxes pop up in the upper right corner. The first box is your score information. Name, Xu Jingming, Class, Jiangnan No. 2 High School, Class 3, 5. Score, 0. The second box is the score ranking of Jiangqing Martial Arts College Entrance Examination. 1. Place, Zhou Mingyang, 7 points. Jiangqing No. 1 High School, Point 2. Place, Li Yuan, 5 points. Jiangqing No. 1 High School, Point 3. RD Place, Zhao Hu, 4 points. Jiangqing No. 1 High School, number 874, Xu Jingming, 0 points. Jiangqing 2nd High School. As expected of the No. 1 High School, he killed the beast so quickly. Shaking his head, Xu Jingming clicked on the map option on the virtual screen. The map of the town's ruins appeared on the virtual screen in front of him. The map is an irregular circle, with different areas marked in different colors. The outer area is marked green, the middle area is marked yellow, the core area is marked red, and the core area is a deeper dark red. The white light spot representing Xu Jingming himself is at the edge of the map. There is still quite a distance from the periphery to the core, so let's head directly towards the core area. Xu Jingming adjusted his direction and set off towards the red zone on the map. After walking for a while, the path was blocked by a ferocious beast the size of a leopard. The fur of this ferocious beast was as black as ink, but its vertical pupils were light orange. Ferocious beast, shadow cat. Xu Jingming, who was familiar with the illustrated book of fierce beasts, immediately recognized the identity of this ferocious beast. This is a ferocious beast that is very common in wilderness areas. Of course, just because it's common doesn't mean it's an easy beast to deal with. Rather, it means they are adaptable, agile speed, sharp claws, and a bite force of thousands of kilograms. There are many candidates who have fallen into the hands of shadow cats. Roar. Upon discovering the human, the shadow cat let out a bloodthirsty roar, then spread out its limbs and ran towards Xu Jingming. The smell of fresh flesh and blood stimulated its taste buds, making its running speed speed up again. Generally speaking, the awakened person who fights a ferocious beast for the first time will be in a hurry without realizing it. However, Xu Jingming, who met Shadow Cat in real life for the first time, had a calm expression. Soon, Shadow Cat came within 3 meters of Xu Jingming, and then jumped up. He raised his claws, aimed at Xu Jingming's head, and swung down hard. You know, the claws of the ferocious beast are comparable to alloy. If this blow were to hit, Xu Jingming's entire head would explode like a watermelon. As if anticipating this scene, the shadow cat's ferocious beast face actually showed a touch of human excitement. However, the next moment, a black phantom flashed past. The entire shadow cat was pierced through the throat with a sharp spearhead and nailed to death in the air. Bright red blood spurted out like a fountain from the aorta pierced through the shadow cat's neck. Kill a shadow cat, a low-level ferocious beast, and gain +3 ability points. Chapter 9 Advanced Marksmanship. As fast as thunder. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Why is a ferocious beast given the word fierce? In addition to the cruel nature of this creature, it is also because the ferocious beasts have a special ferocious aura. This ferocious aura, when compared to humans, is like a professional killer who kills people profusely. Ordinary people, when they meet such a professional killer, they just look at him. It may make people feel frightened or even frightened. The ferocious beast has such a special aura. Therefore, most of the awakened people are fighting ferocious beasts for the first time. Under the shock of aura, one's strength often cannot be used to 30%, some even became stiff and even forgot how to attack, use powers and weapons. So, before the martial arts college entrance examination, families with a little background will hire professional bodyguards with superpowers to escort their children into wilderness areas to adapt to fighting ferocious beasts in advance. Xu Jingming naturally does not have such conditions. Therefore, before the martial arts college entrance examination, he had anticipated whether his body would have some negative reactions after actually encountering a ferocious beast. However, after encountering the shadow cat, there was no reaction at all to the ferocious beast's ferocious aura. It can even accurately calculate the trajectory of the shadow cat's leap as usual, and then kill it with one shot. I heard that the awakened person who fights a ferocious beast for the first time has to go through several battles before he can overcome the fear of facing a powerful creature. However, there are also people who are naturally insensitive to this kind of smell. It seems that I am such a special case. Xu Jingming's right hand twitched fiercely, and with the help of inertia, he pulled out the black radiant gun from the shadow cat's neck. With a bang, the shadow cat's body fell to the ground, splashing dust all over the ground. This shadow cat has probably never seen a weapon like a spear. If he dares to jump up like this, isn't he looking for death? Unlike the clumsy iron-haired pigs and arm-sword tigers, the shadow cat is agile and can run at a terrifying 17 m/s. When encountering the first two ferocious beasts, the awakened one cannot defeat them but can still run away. If you encounter a shadow cat, you won't be able to run away and will only be chased to death. Therefore, Shadow Cat has also been dubbed the Rookie Killer under normal circumstances. Without the help of supernatural powers and relying solely on physical strength, it would be almost impossible for Xu Jingming to achieve an instant kill with one blow, especially since he had almost no experience fighting ferocious beasts. But Shadow Cat made a fatal mistake, that is, it jumped and attacked with its claws. If faced with an awakened person using a long sword or broadsword, this trick may still be effective. After all, when the long sword and broadsword can cut down the Shadow Cat's claws can also attack the awakened one, but Xu Jingming's black gun is 2 meters long. So the Shadow Cat flying in mid-air was stabbed to death by Xu Jingming before it could enter the attack range. Also, if it weren't for the system notification sound, I almost forgot that you can get power points by killing ferocious beasts. Looking at the 3 new power points on the system panel, Xu Jingming felt excited. This means that if he gets enough power points in the next battle, his strength can be further enhanced. However, the power points gained from killing a low-level ferocious beast are too few, so we should go to the middle area quickly. Like superpowers, ferocious beasts are also divided into 9 levels from level 1 to level 9. As for the beasts below the first level, they are called non-level beasts, corresponding to the awakened humans. Xu Jingming, who had no experience in fighting ferocious beasts, originally planned to get used to it in the outer areas first. Since he didn't react much to the beast's aura, it didn't make much sense to stay in the outer area. So Xu Jingming picked up the black gun and rushed towards the middle area of the ruined town with all his strength, compared with Zhou Mingyang, who has mastered the elemental wind power. Xu Jingming's running speed is not too fast, but in the process of running, he also kept killing ferocious beasts. Kill an iron-haired pig, an inferior ferocious beast, and gain +5 ability points. Kill a shadow cat, a low-level ferocious beast, and gain +3 ability points. Kill an unqualified ferocious beast, the one-horned rhinoceros, and gain +6 ability points. In the battle with the ferocious beast, Xu Jingming did not use his powers. On the one hand, he wanted to hone his marksmanship and gain more combat experience. After all, using the S-level Purple Sky Divine Thunder against these low-level ferocious beasts will only result in an instant kill and will not have a tempering effect at all. On the other hand, the rarer the power, the more expensive it is to use. Xu Jingming's original E-level power, weak electricity, can last for more than 3 hours when used at full strength. After switching to the S-level power, Purple Sky Divine Thunder, it may not be able to sustain for even an hour if used at full strength. If he had exhausted all his powers in the previous period, Xu Jingming would have no other means of output when he entered the core area and faced the first-level, mid-level or even high-level ferocious beasts. Therefore, the only option is not to use the power first, and then use it after entering the core area. In addition, Xu Jingming can feel his improvement after every battle. The superposition of these battles made his combat consciousness and marksmanship improve at an exaggerated speed. Especially the marksmanship, the more you use it, the smoother it becomes, and it even feels like you can do whatever you want, and this has never happened before. Did I have a breakthrough in my marksmanship unknowingly? That on the dilapidated old path, the corpse of a ferocious beast lay at Xu Jingming's feet. This ferocious beast is as big as a car, with sharp horns like knives on its head, thick limbs, and dark brown skin. Even though he is dead, he still exudes a powerful and fierce aura. This is the beast that candidates least want to face. the one-horned rhinoceros. This one-horned rhinoceros was covered in wounds as big as a bowl, and the fatal blow came from the head. I saw the pitch-black tip of the gun, with a violent gesture, penetrated directly from the eye socket into the brain, destroying the most important brain nerves. The one-horned rhinoceros naturally cannot die anymore. The spear was drawn out, and some red and white ones were also taken out from the head of the one-horned rhinoceros. Ordinary people suddenly faced this scene, and those with poor psychological quality would probably vomit on the spot. However, Xu Jingming looked calm and even opened his system panel on the spot. Name, Xu Jingming, level, awakener, superpower, purple sky divine thunder, S. Physique, 141 chi and blood, plus, spirit, 160 Hz, plus, skills, marksmanship, intermediate plus. Lightning blast, elementary plus. Sure enough, my marksmanship has reached the intermediate level. Xu Jingming's eyes lit up, and then he couldn't help but sigh. From this point of view, actual combat has the greatest improvement in strength. My predecessor had been practicing marksmanship for more than 6 years, but he was still just a beginner, and he only had dozens of battles with ferocious beasts, and he improved his marksmanship to an intermediate level. Although there are factors involved in this, it still illustrates the importance of actual combat. Intermediate marksmanship makes me feel free to do whatever I want. What will happen if I further improve my marksmanship? More than 3 hours have passed since the martial arts college entrance examination started. Along the way, although Xu Jingming did not deliberately search for them, he encountered more than 40 ferocious beasts. Among them are relatively low-level shadow cats, as well as relatively high-level brachial tigers and one-horned rhino. Every time you kill a ferocious beast, you can get some power points, but I didn't take a closer look at how much I got in total. Looking at it now, I didn't expect that he had accumulated 213 power points, which was enough for him to upgrade his skills. The 213 power points are just the beginning. Once you enter the central area and use the purple sky divine thunder to kill the ferocious beasts, the power points will accumulate faster. In this case, after thinking for a moment, Xu Jingming still couldn't resist the temptation and directly clicked the plus sign next to marksmanship. Suddenly, countless techniques related to marksmanship poured into his mind like a tide. This kind of instilled memory is not like a quick glance at a movie. After watching it, you will forget it soon. It's like Xu Jingming himself has practiced marksmanship for decades. After the marksmanship memory was infused, Xu Jingming fired fiercely. Next moment, in just 1 second, the black gun stabbed 4 times in the air. Like black lightning, fast and dangerous. Chapter 10 Xu Jingming, the first 50, am I right? You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the old street, the black jade spear made of F-grade alloy was as flexible and swift as a black dragon in Xu Jingming's hand. Swish! When Xu Jingming suddenly stopped swinging, the black jade spear head, which was extremely active and extremely quiet, actually heated up due to the intense friction with the air, and a stream of hot air was steaming. With this spear skill alone, I can kill a first-level beast. Xu Jingming originally thought that spear skills were not as good as the 2 basic attributes of physique and spirit, but when he really got the advanced spear skills with the help of the Deep Blue system, he found that he was wrong. With the spear skills upgraded to the advanced level, his gun speed was more than twice as fast as before. And all kinds of spear usage skills were integrated. No matter what kind of enemy, he could find a way to deal with it. It can be said that even a first-level beast with a physique several times stronger than him would be killed by such a spear skill. Xu Jingming then glanced at the system panel. It cost him 200 power points to upgrade his gun skills to advanced level, and only 13 power points were left on the panel. It's a pity that I don't have enough power points, otherwise I really want to see how terrifying the master-level gun skills would be. Shaking his head, Xu Jingming opened the map. The white light representing him was already at the edge of the green outer area, not far from the yellow area in the middle. It will take about half an hour to enter the central area, which is full of peak beasts and first-level beasts. There, I will harvest power points faster. Although Weiyuan Town, the predecessor of the Ruins Town, was built decades ago, it is not much different from a modern city. The buildings are also built with cement, and are also divided into urban and suburban areas. Xu Jingming is now in a community in the suburbs of the ruins town. After experiencing the invasion of beasts and the erosion of time, the entire community looks very dilapidated. Most of the 6-story residential buildings are in a state of collapse, and those that have not collapsed are also severely weathered. The stone pavement under his feet was also overgrown with weeds, a desolate scene. When Xu Jingming put away the black gun and prepared to turn around and leave, at the end of the opposite road, several other candidates appeared. This was a group of 5 people, 3 girls and 2 boys. The leader was a tall girl wearing a silver-white battle suit, and this girl was Lin Qingyuan, the monitor of Class 5, who invited Xu Jingming to join the team before entering the examination room. Xu Jingming. Lin Qingyuan on the opposite side also found Xu Jingming. In surprise, she took a slender step and walked up in 2 steps. The one Lin Qingyuan was wearing was no exception. The silver-white battle suit that fit her skin outlined her curvy figure. The legs wrapped in the battle suit looked very slender and tight when they moved. Class monitor. On the road before this, Xu Jingming had also met other candidates, but these candidates were either from other schools or from other classes. This was the first time he met a classmate, so he couldn't help but smile. I didn't expect to meet you here. Did you come here alone? Lin Qingyuan looked around and didn't see anyone else, so she asked curiously. As for the 4 team members following behind, they were also a little surprised to see Xu Jingming alone. Generally speaking, E-level awaken superpowers will be eliminated 1 or 2 hours after the start of the Wuka College entrance examination. Now it is almost noon, and more than 3 hours have passed since the start of the Wuka College entrance examination. How come Xu Jingming is not only fine, but also went deep into here? It's more convenient to be alone. Facing Lin Qingyuan's inquiry, Xu Jingming did not hide it and nodded. Awesome. Lin Qingyuan's beautiful eyes lit up and gave a thumbs up. We all got here with the help of Xiao. In the team behind her, a petite girl nodded shyly. This girl named Xiao awakened the auxiliary D-level superpower speeding, which can improve the movement speed of herself and her teammates to a certain extent. It was because of the small bridge that Lin Qingyuan's team was able to run so far. I'm lucky. The beasts I encountered along the way were not strong. Facing the smile on Lin Qingyuan's face, Xu Jingming rarely said a few more words. After all, in this ghost place full of ferocious monsters, what could be more pleasant than seeing a beautiful woman? Next, after chatting with Lin Qingyuan for a few more words, Xu Jingming said goodbye. Well, go ahead, I wish you a good score. Lin Qingyuan also knew that this was the time for the martial arts college entrance examination, so she did not stop him. I really didn't expect Xu Jingming to get here. Sure enough, he signed up for the martial arts college entrance examination for his own considerations. Xu Jingming, who lost his parents since childhood, was also a pitiful person in Lin Qingyuan's eyes. It would be even more unfortunate if he died in the martial arts college entrance examination. Now that Xu Jingming is alive and well, she is relieved. Captain, come and see, this unicorn seems to have just died not long ago. A cry attracted Lin Qingyuan's attention. I saw several other people gathered in front of the corpse of the unicorn, talking about it. The blood from the wound has not dried yet, which means the time of death should be within the last few minutes. There are many wounds on the body, but the fatal injury is on the head. Looking at the shape of the wound, it seems to be a penetrating wound caused by a long-handled weapon. It looks a bit like a spear. People from Lin Qingyuan's team had already seen the body of the one-horned rhinoceros, but they didn't pay much attention to it, thinking that it was killed here by some team of candidates before, but when he looked closer, he found that the one-horned rhinoceros had not been dead for long at all, and the wounds on his body looked like they were caused by spears. You don't want to say that Xu Jingming killed this one-horned rhinoceros, right? One of the boys looked strange. The one-horned rhinoceros is a very difficult beast. It was only because there were 5 of them that they dared to fight the one-horned rhinoceros. They would never believe it if an E-level awakened person could kill the one-horned rhinoceros alone. Wouldn't it be enough if Xu Jingming killed him and looked at his score ranking? A boy turned on his smart watch and quickly found Xu Jingming's name in the score ranking. 46th place, Xu Jingming, 256 points. Jiangqing Second High School. Xu Jingming, number 46. Damn it. Is he breaking into the top 50? I am not wrong, right? Seeing this ranking, the boy was stunned for a moment, and then rubbed his eyes vigorously. After confirming that he had seen it correctly, he looked like he had seen a ghost and screamed. What's the 46th? Have you found Xu Jingming's ranking? That the rest of the remaining team members also came closer. After seeing Xu Jingming's ranking on the virtual screen, his expression also became extremely shocked. Even Lin Qingyuan, as the captain, couldn't help but widen his eyes with a cute expression. Several other people also had a doubt in their minds at the same time. Damn it, can any E-level awakened person be so powerful these days?